Sophie, get out of the street. Go on the sidewalk. Stop. Go. Get on the sidewalk. Yes. Go on the sidewalk. Yes. Go. Out of the...
There are some really effective strategies that will increase the likelihood of our kids following our instructions, and there are also many common mistakes that a lot of us make as parents. So let's go over both. My name is Jenna Mazzillo, and I'm a behavior analyst, teacher, and mom of 2 girls. Strategy number 1, make it really easy for your child to listen. When our kids are not following our instructions, our go-to is to often tell them what not to do. Don't go in the street. Don't hit. We don't do that. But the problem with this is that it puts the responsibility on our kids to figure out what to do, and many of them will not. So instead, what we want to do is tell them exactly the behavior that we'd like them to engage in, and we want that to be the first instruction that we give them. So for example, instead of telling our child, don't run in the street, the first instruction we want to give them should be walk on the sidewalk. Instead of saying, do not hit your sister, what we would want to say is, if you want to use the ball, then you can say, may I use that when you're done. Number 2, only give instructions that you are prepared to follow through on. Because what happens when we give an instruction and we do nothing? Our kids learn that our words don't mean anything, and so the next time that we ask them to do something, they're not going to do it because they know that nothing happens. So if a verbal instruction does not evoke any response from our kids, we're not going to repeat it over and over again. We're going to restate it once and immediately provide a prompt. And what this teaches our kids is, when an instruction is given, I respond the first time. So what this might look like is restating the instruction, walk on the sidewalk, and then immediately motoring them over. And if that doesn't work, then perhaps we take their hand. And if that doesn't work, then maybe we're going to pick them up. Number 3, do not turn instructions into conversations. If our child says no, and then we say yes, we've just reinforced that power struggle, because now our instruction is no longer an instruction, it's a discussion. Additionally, all of that back and forth just buys our child more time in whatever it is that they don't want to leave or don't want to do, because dad's busy talking to me while the instruction is getting delayed, which is exactly what our child wants. Last and most important, reinforce following instructions. When engaging in the appropriate behavior and following instructions receives an overwhelmingly larger amount of attention from my parents than not following instructions, that becomes the behavior that our kids choose, because that one receives the biggest payoff.
Yeah, I audibly yelled, ha, when that little girl screamed out like that. Look, there are certainly a lot of ways to parent. I think certain lessons are a little bit more important and require a little bit more firmness. Stay out of the street is one of them, you know. One of my grandma's friends had her